Hello and welcome to Mr. Davis's classroom. This is Algebra 1. Today we're going over lesson 8.8, which is factoring by grouping. We covered factoring by grouping already, and this is the second part. So let's get started. All right, so problem 3 talks about finding the dimensions of a rectangular prism. The toy that they show here has several bars that can be folded to form a rectangular prism or a box shape. They want to know what expressions can represent the dimensions of the toy when it is folded up. And it tells us the volume here. Right? So let's use a little bit of, we have volume is equal to length times width times depth. Right? And again, when we deal with these area or volume problems, we're factoring until we get that many terms. So we should probably have 1, 2, 3 things factored out. So let's start with what we have. We have volume is equal to 6x cubed plus 19x squared plus 15x. All right, let's give ourselves some space to work. There we go. And let's follow our rules. Well, the first rule is greatest common factor. When I look at all of them, numerically, I think that nothing goes into them all. The 19 kind of messes things up for us. Okay. With our variables, see we have x cubed, x squared, x. All right, well, we got an x that's in common with everything. So I can factor out that. So I have 6x squared plus 19x plus 15. All right, second one was grouping, right? Grouping. But remember when we had grouping, there needed to be 4 terms. How many terms are here? 1, 2, 3. No grouping. Okay? Since there's only 3 terms, we're not going to be grouping. But if I only have 3 terms, this is just standard x factoring, right? X factoring. Since this right there is not a 1, we're going to have to do the AC. So A times C, that's 6 times 15. Six times 15, which is, let's see, 90. So we need 2 numbers that multiply. Let's see, I'll try to make my x's spacing as possible. 90, but they need to add to get 19. Let's try to think about what type of numbers multiply to get 90. 90 and 1 won't work. 30 and 3 doesn't quite work. 5 and 18, nope. How about 10 and 9? 10 times 9 is 90. 10 plus 9 is 19. So we'll do that in a different color. There we go. X. And then we use our grouping, right? We're going to, since it's AC factoring, we are going to use grouping, but before we can, we have to rewrite it. Like that. Now I need to look first 2 and last 2 terms. 6x squared and 10x, they both have a 2x in common, leaving me with 3x plus 5. 9x and 15, they both have 3 in common, which leaves me with 3x plus 5. These are the same, which is good news, so I'm going to put them together. 3x plus 5. First one is 2x plus 3. And the x goes along for the ride. So those are my 3 dimensions. Okay, remember, at very first we said volume is equal to length times width times depth, right? So 3 things multiplied together. Now I have 1, 2, 3 things multiplied together. And we could even go so far as maybe labeling them, right? Length is usually the longest one, so I'd say this is probably length, because that's the longest side. And then width and depth could be either or. So width, depth. So that's how we factor out a volume problem. All right, here's one for you to try. Make sure you follow the steps to get to the final factored prism. Here's your homework assignment. Thank you for stopping by Mr. Davis's classroom.